Hello, hello, my lovely angels. This is your girl Sim, back with another episode of the Sim Squad. Hi! So, continuing with Western Wednesdays, I have like a couple of new perfumes as well, but I still need to study them a little bit because I just got them during the November sales. And today I thought, let me get through the Maison Francis Kurkdjian'S fragrance wardrobe for her. So it's very pretty. It opens up like that. You have like all the scents over here. So this is basically a card. And then you have all the perfumes right there. There are a total of 8 perfumes in here. And nothing much is written on this card for them. Just tells you which perfume it is and what it is categorized as. That's all. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with like the ones which are like very sober, calm, like not very, and then move on to the stronger ones so that we can go from like the lower ones, like the lower potency ones to the high potency. What is it, Marcus? Come here. Come. I think Marcus wants some love. Marcus, do you want love? Yes, he does. Who's this? Who's the kitty? Who's the kitty? We shaved him off and now he looks like this. Who are those people, Marcus? Who are they? All watching you. Okay, doesn't want to play with me anymore. So the first one we have is Amyris Femme. These are all 10 ml, or is it 7 ml? I think they're all 7 ml. Just ignore Marcus like he's on the table and he's just messing around. So, if you see him suddenly, it's... Okay, so this one smells more like a cologne. It is quite nice, but it is like one of the fresh scents that you would use during summer. It is categorized as a fruity floral, and on Fragrantica, it has got 3.95. So I can imagine why it did not make it into the 4s on Fragrantica. It's because the price point doesn't justify the fragrance. Let me just say, like with most of the perfumes that I got in this pack, most of them were like that. They all were like, they're really nice, but are they worth the price point? That's when you are like a bit confused. Like, am I paying money for the brand or is it for like the actual perfume? I can tell you one thing, this is not like a basic fruity floral perfume. It's definitely very refined. It smells expensive. It smells like a fruity floral a rich person would wear, And I can get where Francis Kurkdjian, like when he makes his fragrances, he wants like something that is long lasting, something which has like a certain quality, where when he puts his name to a perfume, he wants it to actually like impress people and not be just a generic perfume. The top notes for this are lemon blossom and California orange, the middle notes of amyris and iris, and the base notes of vetiver, musk and amber. And it is compared to Silk Blossom by Jo Malone. It's a very girly girl fragrance. It's very sophisticated. It has a softness about it. Like when you smell it, you immediately think of like a dainty girl and not even a woman. It's like a very youthful fragrance. I don't think I have anything that smells like this. The only thing I'm thinking smells similar to this is the Burberry body, but the tender, the one which is like the pink one with the silver embellishments, Like in my opinion, this is more of a resinous floral. I really can't call it like a fruity fragrance. I think the fruity is just the part where the opening where it's a little fresh, and the fruitiness comes off just like as a freshness. But the flowers, like they're so beautiful, it actually makes you feel like soft, and like there's no better way of saying this, but you feel like soft skin, like clothes that slip off your body, like silkiness, like it's like a very silky soft feeling. Now, is it like unique? Like when you associate a perfume with Francis Kurkdjian, you immediately think of something super unique. Now, this is his attempt of a nice soft floral, but at the same time, I would not call this a unique fragrance. It definitely doesn't smell generic. It smells creamy, soft, silky, and it doesn't smell powdery, although it has iris in it, but the resins and the flowers and the vetiver, like they're creating this magic where I cannot deny that it's a beautiful perfume. But like, would I want to buy like a full bottle worth of perfume? Like, I don't think so. Like, this is like a little too pricey for me. I don't know the price points for these, but I'm gonna put them up as in how I review each and every one of them. And I just know that I would not be tempted to purchase a full bottle of this. Like, it reminds me of a mid-30s woman for sure, like who is like clean, fresh, and is probably like going to work, you know, but she is ultra feminine. Like, definitely wears dresses, not a pantsuit, you know, like probably likes to wear hairbands and everything, hairbands, you know, headbands or hairbands, whatever you call it. Like, definitely wears jewelry, high heels, you know, like it smells very girly, but at the same time very sophisticated. And it smells quite like it's not trying too hard, you know, it's like it's just pretty by itself. If you know MFK perfumes, you know that he has like a very specific kind of musk he uses, and I really like that musk. That musk is the one that doesn't claw me, it doesn't make you feel sick, you know, it just feels very soft and musky, like that's all I can say. And it has the signature musk of it, of his, which like you can immediately recognize this musk being a Francis Kurkdjian scent. Like, I don't feel like it's modern, but I don't think it's vintage leaning either. Like, it reminds me of perfumes probably made by Lancome in like in the 2000s, you know. You can wear this like anytime during the year. Like, I don't think this is like specifically a summer fragrance or a spring fragrance just because it's so floral. I think this is like perfectly fine for wearing during winters as well, because it has this warmness and creaminess about it. So it's like a perfect daytime perfume, like anywhere you want to wear it. Would this be suitable for evening wear? Completely depends on what you're wearing, what the situation is. It's like if it's a girl's day out and everything, girls' night out or something, yeah. But if you're going for a clubbing or somewhere where it's like dark dinner, noir kind of place, you know, of course not. This is like a very uplifting, happy scent. I'm so happy that they have not added patchouli to this, because this would have become like a very generic perfume, like all the other patchouli floral scents, you know. I think this is like a fairly decent perfume, but I would not pay the full price for it. If this was like half the price, you know, I would probably definitely buy this, and I would definitely wear it throughout the year. Probably even would try and make this my day, like a signature scent for like a few months, maybe during the spring season. I would rate this a 7.5. It's a good fragrance, but it is not something special, and I would definitely not buy this for myself. And the actress it reminds me of is, I don't know her, I know it's Leighton, I think her name is Leighton, but it's Blair Waldorf from Gossip Girl. Like I feel like she would like smell like this because she wears dresses, frocks, you know, and then she wears those fancy hairbands. And she comes from a well-to-do family. She doesn't try too hard. Like, it definitely reminds me of that actress, and she's quite beautiful, isn't she? The longevity for this is fairly decent. It's like around 6 hours, and the projection I would say is around 2 feet. Like, of course, if you overspray, it's gonna like travel a lot, because it's a fairly warm, creamy fragrance. It's not just like the citrus or just the florals, you know. So it does travel. So if you overspray this, it will. But I would not recommend overspraying this, because it'll choke people. Let's move on to the next one, which I'm not like crazy about spraying, because I already tried this before and I wasn't very fond of it, because I got this little saliva note in it, which maybe is in my head, so I'm gonna try it again. This is A La Rose. This is categorized as a musky floral, and on Fragrantica it has got 4.06. It's a super fresh, super cold rose fragrance. Like, it almost exactly smells like rose water that you keep in the fridge, and then, you know, like sometimes you use it as a face mask, or sometimes you just spray it on your face. But the actual rose water that you get from Iran, usually that's a pure one, you know, and the florals that you get, the rose that you get from Iran, you know, it's like they're the pink rose, they're not the red rose, and it smells different. It has this different kind of scent to it, and it's reminding me exactly that. And it's such a pure rose, so I guess the name A La Rose, it's like makes total sense. Let me see the notes, because I'm intrigued with the notes, because it smells very basic, just rose. Basic in the sense like it's a pretty rose, but it just smells like rose and nothing else. Okay, so the top notes for this are Calabrian bergamot, orange, California orange, Bulgarian rose, grasse rose, violet, magnolia, musk, and cedar. I realized that why Google was not picking up on my cedar is because it's pronounced as cedar. Now I'm wondering if I'm pronouncing vetiver wrong as well, you know. So I don't see the notes, the citrus notes that they're talking about. I don't get it, and I'm not getting like magnolia maybe in the background somewhere, but violet, no. The musk is definitely there. The cedar, I'm not too sure because I don't really smell any kind of wood in this. Like, guys, it's literally like a pink rose water. Like, I don't think I can say anything much more about it. The good news is I'm not smelling that saliva scent anymore. But that's because I've sprayed this on the paper and not on my skin. So I wonder how it's gonna react on my skin. And I'm not planning on doing that today. It almost smells like the Bath & Body Works rose. Okay, that's like a little bit not fair to compare it to that, but it just smells like rose, you know. It's definitely a very realistic rose. So if you're not very fond of realistic rose, or if you do not like rose, this is not your perfume because it's like literally pure rose, nothing else. And it even dries down to like this musky base, but it's very linear, you know, like from the beginning till the end you smell that rose water. And this rose water, by the way, we use it in mosques, and I'm sure because I have visited some churches and they like, this is that thing I told you, like it's like a stand thing, and then you spray everybody who walks by, you know, spray them with that rose water. It smells like that. So it does give me this church mosque kind of vibe, but at the same time it's very fresh, it's very clean, it's very cold. So it's like literally like splashing your face with cold rose water, and you know how nice you feel, and that sweetness and the rosiness of the rose water just stays on you and then stays with you like throughout the day. But you know, the rose water, when you put it on your face, and if it's a bad quality, it turns on you. Like after an hour or so, it kind of gets like a little rancid. And this one doesn't get rancid. I like, you know, that's the least I would have expected, like from Francis Kurkdjian, and he delivered. So it doesn't change. It doesn't become very indolic or like it smells like it's gone bad or something. No, it stays like very linear. I quite like this fragrance, but as far as I am concerned, I'm not like a rose girl, you know, like I like florals, but I like a mix of white florals mostly. But roses, whether they're red, pink, white, yellow, whichever ones they are, like I'm not very fond of it unless it's combined with like heavier notes like oud or something. So this perfume is not for me, but it is a very pretty fragrance. I'll give this one a 6.5 out of 10. You know why? Because like it's not very innovative, is it? Like I would have expected something like slightly different and unique. Like it would have some ingredient that would just like give it that edge, like it would say Francis Kurkdjian, you know. So I'm not very happy with how common it smells. It smells very generic rose, right? The longevity also, it's not that great. I would say it's like maximum 4 hours. Like it's exactly how applying rose water, you know, like after like 3-4 hours, it's gone. It's the same with this one. And the projection is like a decent 2.5 feet. I think you can pull this off only in spring and summer during daytime. I don't think it's a very neutral scent at all. It's very feminine. It's leaning heavily feminine unless you would want to use it for layering purposes, in which case it will become unisex because then you can layer it with whatever you want. And I assume that everybody who owns this would definitely not wear this by itself. They would want to layer it with something. And as a layering scent, this would be like fabulous, by the way. But 6.5 is like being like fair. Like I would not want to give it higher because I don't think like there are many other brands that you can get the same kind of, I'm sure I definitely have like some rose fragrance, probably the velvet rose, like probably smells like this. And the celebrity I want to give this to would be, like when I think of rose, I immediately think of somebody who's a little goth, you know. And since we were talking about Gossip Girl, I want to give this to, what was her name? Her name is Taylor Momsen, and she had played Jenny Humphrey. Like I'm sure not many people would say a rose, especially a cold rose, like would be a goth smell, you know. They would probably think of it as a girly girl smell, but like in my opinion, anything that smells like a rose, it's like goth. The next one we have is called 724, and this is classified as, again, a floral musky fragrance. So how is it different from a la rose? Okay, so this is a completely different kind of floral. I would say this is like a unisex perfume. This is definitely not just feminine. Okay, so this has got 3.63 on Fragrantica. The top notes for this are aldehydes, Calabrian bergamot, middle notes of Egyptian jasmine and sweet pea and mock orange, and the base notes of white musk and sandalwood. Now, right off the bat, it reminds me of a cleaning product, and this is like where I know it's subjective, but like for me, this kind of a combination of like bergamot with like the florals or the aldehyde or whatever it is, it just instantly reminds me of a cleaning product. And I'm pretty sure a lot of you all like have the same feeling about it. It's a super clean, super fresh scent, but it reminds me, oh my god, if I say it, like, because I'm in love with Francis Kurkdjian. Like when it comes to fragrances, like he's like probably my favorite perfumer out there. But this smells like, you know those urinal cakes? I'm so sorry, but it smells like something like a toilet freshener or some sort of something that you use to clean a washroom, you know. And it has that, I'm feeling so bad saying this, you know, because I like him so much. And first of all, it's very cologne-y, which is why I think it is like a unisex perfume. Is it classified as a unisex though? Let me see. Yeah, it's classified as a unisex. And it's compared to Blanche by Byredo. It's giving me, I think it's like the aldehydes where they have gone wrong. And I don't know, maybe one of those, the bergamot is not right in this one. It smells like a bergamot, neroli, some cleaner, like it's either Windex or one of those spray cleaners, or like, I don't know why I'm getting that urinal cake kind of a scent. But it definitely smells like neroli. And I don't know if they have... they have some kind of floral in this which is like hidden, but it does smell jasmine-y, like neroli sorts, like the white floral. See, the initial whiff, it like completely throws me off. So like now that it's like actually going into the middle notes and the jasmine is becoming more prominent, I'm kind of liking it better. But still, like it's still giving me that feeling of I've smelled this in a washroom feeling, you know, and I can't make out whose washroom, you know, but it smells like a public washroom, but in Dubai, like, you know, in Dubai, like everything that they use, even the bathrooms, like they smell very nice, right? I'm very confused. Like, I don't know, like I'm liking the scent, but like I would never wear this. Like I would never put this on myself. Ali also probably would not wear this. Like this is so not his type of fragrance. So like, although it smells nice, again, it smells like something and it's like not unique at all. Like I've smelled a million things that smell like this, not necessarily perfumes, maybe cleaning products. But like it's too reminiscent of a cleaning product and I'm just not feeling it, you know. It's smelling nice. The more I'm smelling it, the more I'm sticking my nose to this. It's smelling good. I'm gonna spray this on myself and I'm gonna see if I like it better on my skin. Okay, listen, if you can get past that initial, the top notes, the middle notes are quite nice. It's a very jasmine forward fragrance. It's smelling actually like pretty nice, like a night, like a evening jasmine floral or nocturnal jasmine. You know, I've mentioned this before. And it smells quite noir, like it smells quite dark right now. It's not smelling that fresh cleaning product kind of thing. See, on my skin now, the top notes are going on, and on my strip, the middle notes are going on. And I think if you can get past this top notes, you know, and not let it disturb you, you know, wait for like 15-20 minutes, and when the middle notes start settling in, it becomes this gorgeous jasmine scent. It's very pretty. I'm surprised that it's got 3.63, but I'm assuming everybody who tried it instantly had this reaction to it and they can't get past that top note, you know. And now it's smelling like a nocturnal fragrance, like nocturnal white florals, nocturnal jasmine. Although like initially you would think it's a summer fragrance, it's actually like a fall winter fragrance, and you can wear it during daytime and it can change during the evening time and night time, and you can continue wearing it throughout the day. I don't know how this would perform in summer because it might get a little cloying because of that heavy jasmine note. Is it worth the money? No, in my opinion, no. I have to be honest, like although I love Francis Kurkdjian, I have to be honest when I'm reviewing these expensive perfumes, especially because, you know, I don't want people to like go out there and buy it. None of these actually should be bought based on somebody's recommendation or a review like mine, you know. I think you need to try it for yourself. I'm just giving you what I think, you know. And I'm actually quite a bit in love with the middle notes, but it doesn't justify the price point. The longevity, approximately it is like 3 hours, you know, or 4 hours, but it'll become like a skin scent. And the projection also, I would say it's like maximum 2 feet, you know. And my rating for this would be a 7 out of 10. Just because it's not justifying the price tag, although I think it's quite beautiful. And I can get past that initial top note of like the urinal cake, you know. Otherwise, like for a person to whom like this scent would get embedded in their head, nah, this is definitely not worth it then, you know. And the celebrity I would like to give this to is again Nicole Kidman. It's like just like the Iman, you know, like it's just her personality like imagine if Nicole Kidman was like a vampire, you know. She would smell like this, like somebody who's very wise, somebody who's like really old and like she's still living after 1,000 years or something, and like she would smell like this. It reminds me of like Nicole Kidman. The next one over here is Gentle Fluidity Silver, and this is an aromatic woody scent. So this is classified as a unisex scent. Let's see how I feel about this perfume. I've smelled this before, but I smell both the gold and the silver. And I remember liking it like a lot before, but let's see now what I feel. Okay, it's definitely unisex because the first whiff, like I feel like it's a masculine scent. Wow, it's changing so fast, like the initial whiff, and then now it's like suddenly like it's opening up like a bouquet of flowers, you know? I mean, not a bouquet of flowers, it's opening like layers, you know, like, and you can smell so many different things right now, and it's cold and it's giving me sorts of feelings like I've not felt for a very long time. On Fragrantica, it's got 4.1. Which is a very good score. It is like aromatic, but I'll tell you it's aromatic plus smells a little bit like toothpaste, you know? But it's smelling nice. You know the sweetness and the mintiness of the toothpaste and not the bad parts of the toothpaste? Like it's giving me that along with those aromatics. What are the notes? Okay, so the notes are juniper berries, of course, that's why I'm getting the minty or the eucalyptus or like that fresh minty kind of feeling. Musk, coriander, woodsy notes, nutmeg, amber and vanilla. My god, the notes are not making sense at all when I'm smelling this, because like it doesn't smell musky, amber or vanilla at all. It smells like a woody aromatic. I wonder what the woody notes are, you know. And this is compared to Commodities Gin. I have not had the pleasure of smelling all the commodity fragrances, so I don't know what they smell like, but that's the one they've compared to. I'm just trying to find all the perfumes they're comparing it to are the very gin and tonic kind of perfumes. So I'm not too sure like what it smells like, but like I feel it's like very different. It is definitely very unique. This smells like a niche fragrance. Like in my opinion, this smells like really nice. Like I would prefer this on a man, to be honest with you, not on myself. But I can see a girl pulling it off as well, like a boss babe. Like it gives you the same feeling like Libre, the original Libre, not the Libre Parfum, the original Libre, you know. It like some people feel it's a bit masculine, and there's a reason why. It's the aromatics in it, you know. And this gives me the same vibe, like it's a powerful woman or a powerful man dressed up very well in a suit in an office situation, and it's a very attractive person, whether it's a guy or a girl, like good looking. If it's a man, it's clean shaven, and you would expect him to smell like this. Like forget, like now the image of a woman is like disappearing and I'm immediately thinking of Henry Cavill. I don't know why. Okay, so I always thought like, okay, I really think Henry Cavill is like a gorgeous man, a gorgeous specimen. God took some extra time creating him, you know, but I never thought of associating a perfume to him. Like I always wondered, why is it that I'm not being able to associate a perfume with Henry Cavill, who's like supposed to be like one of the most handsome men in the world, and I should automatically like probably like a perfume and associate it with him. And now I can see why. I was waiting for this perfume. And I think like imagine him in a suit and everything, like well dressed, probably not wearing a tie, but like a suit shirt, you know. It smells like the color blue as well, like grayish blue, you know, like it smells like, okay, now I'm moving from gray to blue to silver, and this is supposed to be like Gentle Fluidity Silver. It also feels like aromatic and like a little aquatic as well. I think there was a perfume that tried to imitate this. I think it was Shaikh for Men, if I'm not mistaken. Like I don't know why I'm remembering that, but that went wrong terribly. And this one, do I have it over here? No, I knew I don't have it here because I know Ali has taken that to work. But this is like giving me kind of like that color of that bottle. I can understand why people are comparing this to gin tonic, you know, because it does smell like some alcohol, like gin, and like sparkling water, or like, I don't know, some mixer that would be like sparkling. So like the freshness of it, but then there's ice in it, you know, like cold. In the more it's drying down, it's getting like woodier and woodier, but the aromatics are remaining constant. And the initial freshness is like gone. This, my friends, is a 10 out of 10 fragrance. This is what I expect from Maison Francis Kurkdjian, and this is definitely a full bottle worthy perfume. It is so gorgeous, like, oh my god. And it's like staying, and I can make out that this is gonna last a very, very long time because it's not depleting in strength at all. The projection would be around like 3 to 4 feet, like depending on how much you spray. If you overspray this, and I assume if Henry Cavill would wear this, he would overspray like crazy and it would travel everywhere. Like he would leave the place and it would still smell like him, you know? So I don't think Henry Cavill will ever watch this, but if you ever come across this channel and if you come across me, try and use this perfume on yourself. It is gorgeous. It is so beautiful. 10 out of 10. Celebrity, Henry Cavill, I've already said that. I think this is all weather. It's come in the fragrance wardrobe for her, but I don't think it's supposed to be for her. This is a very for him fragrance. I'm expecting the Gentle Fluidity Gold to be like a little more feminine. I'm loving this fragrance, and I think like I can't wait to buy this for Ali. Like probably like on our anniversary or on Valentine's or something, I'll get it for him. Stunning. The next one is Gentle Fluidity Gold, and this is supposed to be like more of a evening wear kind of perfume. And I like to smell perfumes and think, what does it immediately remind me of, you know? It's giving me La Nuit Trésor, and it's giving me Hypnotic Poison, and it's giving me Black Opium. It's like all like, you know, all the nice perfumes, the dark perfumes combined. On Fragrantica, this has got 4.16, rightfully so. This is again a unisex fragrance. I think, yes, it's unisex, but I think this would suit a woman more. But let's see. Like my opinion is changing about these perfumes so quickly that I'm like a little bit concerned for myself and my nose, you know. It's definitely a very dark, sweet smell. Like, I don't know, once I see the notes, I will know what that dark sweetness is. It definitely smells like an evening time fragrance, and it's like super sweet. So this is like a feminine fragrance. This is definitely not a masculine fragrance. They can pull it off, but like I would prefer this on a woman. Top notes for this are vanilla, amber, musk, woodsy notes, juniper berries, nutmeg and coriander. Aren't these the same notes as Gentle Fluidity Silver? Am I seeing the wrong one? No, it's a gold. Yeah, this is the one. So I don't know what's the difference between the two, because the same notes were mentioned on the first one as well. I'm going to try and put the official notes because I'm actually on Fragrantica right now and I'm seeing it over there. And people are comparing this to Cocoa Vanille? Really? Sorry, Roses Vanille, not Cocoa Vanille, Roses Vanille. I don't think it compares to Roses Vanille. Now this smells like a luxurious vanilla fragrance. Definitely vanilla being like in the forefront. It's extremely sweet, it's beautiful. The wood notes are like also a, you know, like probably like something thick and heavy. Like probably that, like the wood that excretes some kind of resin or something, like, you know, resinous wood or something. And it has some sweet notes, and that juniper berry magic is there in this. I can tell you that, like just like the silver as well. This perfume smells like you would wear this to like a posh bar or a nightclub, or like somewhere like you're going for a party, but it's like a posh party. Like again, it has like that gin kind of scent going on, but this one is so much sweeter. Like I don't know how they have the same notes in the silver and the gold, and they smell so different from each other. Like they are miles apart. Yeah, like this guy. Okay, silver is something else, right? It's like, it's too beautiful. This one, I would still give it a 9 out of 10. But this one is like fading. Like those initial notes are like fading away pretty fast. So I think this one's performance would be slightly lesser, but it'll still be at least 6 hours. And the projection for this one would be 3 feet at least. This is like a strong smelling perfume. Like anybody who says that they can't smell it or whatever, they are like, your nose is broken, you know, like fix it, you know. But like see these kind of fragrances, it's also giving me Dior Poison range, you know, like all these like classic dark scents like Black Opium, Dior Poison Girl, and the Dior Hypnotic Poison, and your La Nuit Maison. Like all these perfumes combined, it's kind of giving me that vibe. This is definitely for the night. This is definitely for a woman. This is definitely to be not worn like when it's like it's extremely hot, because this might just like evaporate, you know. Like I think this will do really, really well in fall and winter during daytime and night. But this is like a nighttime perfume. For me, this is like literally you're going out with your friends or on a date or something. It's very sexy, very alluring, very inviting as well. Enticing, not inviting, sorry, that's the wrong word. This is like more of like your enticing, like it has like this charisma and charm, and it smells like a popular girl, you know, which is why I think all these like bestseller perfumes are coming to mind, because it just smells like somebody very popular, and you remember her scent. Especially when you remember her face, you remember how she smells like as well, because you know, like there's always this one popular girl in your mind who you think is like gorgeous, and you know, you wish you could be like her, especially when you were young, you know. And like this reminds you of that popular girl and probably how she would smell like. It's a very dark, spicy vanilla, you know. This is very much my type of perfume. Like this is the kind of perfume I love, by the way. So I'm gonna give this a 10 out of 10 as well. Initially I thought I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10, but more I'm smelling it, the more I'm getting enticed. And I think I will buy the Gentle Fluidity Silver and Gold, you know. And probably I'll wear it once in a year. Keep it in the safe, you know. Fixed deposit. Like, I don't know, and I don't know, like the perfume is so good, like if it gets discontinued I'll get upset with myself that I don't have it. And probably after the video I'm gonna spray this on myself because I'm planning to go out. Now Henry Cavill was like silver, so who would the gold be? Dua Lipa. Like yeah, that's the person that came in my mind. Dua Lipa, especially because in Argyle it's like Henry Cavill and her, and imagine them doing the tango. I know I've just seen the clips, and not even the clips, the pictures and everything, but like his and her kind of perfume, like gelling like very well together. My goodness. See, now this is the magic I expect from Maison Kurkdjian'S house. And now I'm like thinking, what was I even wasting my time with the initial 3 perfumes? Now I hope the rest 3 that I have over here, I hope they have the same kind of magic, because the next one is Petit Matin. How do you say that? And this is a woody floral citrus scent. Okay, this is like initially like a super cologne kind of smell, just like Florida water or something. Let me see the notes, because it's smelling very much like Florida water right now. Okay, so the top notes for this are Italian lemon, orange blossom, musk, lavender, ambroxan and hawthorn. Oh, very nice. Oh my gosh, I really, really like. This is like an aromatic green perfume, and it smells like an aromatic green perfume. Now this green is like the green I told you. Either green can smell very posh, very upscale, very upclass, or it can smell like trash. It can smell like rejected flower with the stems in a florist shop, you know. The Italian lemon, like it's so sharp in the beginning. It's like sharp enough, like, but it doesn't go towards your cleaning products. Like it's immediately before you like start going in that direction, it changes the gear and the steering wheel, you know. It's like going in a different direction. It smells very like Italian Amalfi, or like a place where you would go and like vacation and wear this, where you want to be like, where you wear like a very short floral dress and you want to be like happy and active, and you're definitely wearing a canvas shoes or something. It's like chic and bougie amalgamated and created a girl, you know, someone who's full of fun, laughter, doesn't take life too seriously, very chill, very happy-go-lucky. I usually don't like green fragrances, but this one has struck a chord in my heart. It feels like a deja vu. It feels like, you know, when you visit some countries and it's the first time you visited the country, but sometimes you get a feeling like you've been here before and you've stayed there before. Like everything feels so familiar and you get this hit of deja vu. And this one is reminding me of that. It almost smells like something I've smelled before, but this is not. I'm telling you, I promise you, there's nothing I've smelled like this before. I have a lot of lemon, vanillic, aromatic kind of smelling fragrances. None of them smell like this. It's very, very beautiful. You know, the white florals are super soft. The star of the show is definitely the Italian lemon. The ambroxan and the musk is doing like really, they're doing a really good job as the base notes. And the Italian lemon is not going down in strength. It's staying very linear and constant, which I'm liking, because the charm of this fragrance is like that happy nature of the fragrance, the awe of when you visit a country first, a place, especially like Italy, you know, like you go and when you see all these places that you dreamt of visiting, you know, like that feeling you would get, that euphoria. It's like, it's that kind of a scent, like a very euphoric. And almost like you're running around in like, what is that square in Italy? Like you're running around over there around the fountains and everything, like, because you're like so happy that you're finally there. Is this a cue for me to go and see Italy? Schengen visa is so difficult to get from Dubai. We have like a waiting of like 1 or 2 years or something. It's like really weird what's going on. So this is definitely unisex, but I think like this would suit a woman better. This retails for around USD 230 for, I think they come in 70 ml bottles, right? This is for sure spring, summer, more of like summer than spring, but spring, summer, daytime for sure. Winter, I'm not sure if you can pull this off because like the citrus is like really, really strong in this. The projection is like around 2.5 feet and the longevity is like around 5 hours. My rating for this would be like 8 out of 10. It's really pretty. I really, really do like it. It's classy and bougie, like all I can say. Like in this category of perfume, it's very tough to be classy and bougie, and this one has managed to become that. And I know I said this is a feminine scent, but this is reminding me of Jude Law from Talented Mr. Ripley. Actually, no, it's like Gwyneth Paltrow and him like probably share the perfume, and that's how they smell like. And they're out and about on their boat and like beaches and like going to different cities, riding on a Vespa or something, you know, like reminds me of that image. The second last one is Grand Soir. This is like the darker bottle, and if you remember, I sprayed this before when I was trying to compare it to Eternal Oud by Lattafa, and I told you guys that they smell so similar, except for the fact that Grand Soir is so smooth and you can clearly make out that it's blended much better. It's been sitting and macerating for much longer. It is definitely smelling like the original perfume, if you know what I mean, you know? Like nothing is sticking out. Eternal Oud, like there's some portions where you kind of get like overwhelmed by certain ingredients, but in this, everything is like smooth. It's like a canvas and the painting and everything is like all like magically appeared on a canvas, you know? And it definitely is like reminiscent of travel and everything, like probably like going to Turkey, Turkish market. The whole image I painted for you guys for Eternal Oud is the same one for me. Like literally going through like marketplaces and discovering new resins, new essential oils, new aromatics, new herbs and spices, and everything, all the blended smell, it turns out to be this. It's classified as an amber scent, and it's on Fragrantica, it's got 4.31, which is like quite a bit. And everybody loves this perfume. Come on, like everybody you hear, have you smelled Grand Soir? Yes. Okay, do you like it? Yes. It's always a yes. It smells like Eternal Oud and apparently amouage material, which I have not gotten my hands on yet, but I want to. The notes are amber vanilla, siam benzoin, tonka bean, Spanish labdanum, and lavender. I'll tell you one thing, Grand Soir definitely lasts longer than the Eternal Oud. This is more linear as well compared to Eternal Oud. This one is very polished. Like it smells like it's been sitting in a barrel for a very long time, just like you have the aging process for wine and I don't know, other liquors as well. Smells very sophisticated, smells very expensive. It's a beautiful blend of spices, amber, aromatic. Like think of everything, like the tonka, the sweetness, like it's all like combined into this like a perfume that you would think would smell like mulch or something, like, you know, with everything together, but it just turns out to be like this super beautiful, once in a lifetime stroke of genius kind of perfume, you know. Very beautiful. It's definitely unisex. I would prefer smelling this on a man, but not on Ali, because Ali is not a Middle Eastern leaning kind of fragrance guy, right? And this is leaning heavily on Middle Eastern side. This is retailing for around USD 200, which is like surprising. I thought it would be much more expensive. The projection is around 3 to 4 feet and the longevity is like 8+ hours. There's no doubt about it. My rating for this is 9 out of 10, just because this is not like an easy wear. Like you need the time and place for this. Like you cannot always wear this, like Grand Soir, like literally the name Grand Soir, you know, like think of like upscale bougie place and you need to be like dressed up nicely and smell good and make an impression, and because no one else would smell like this, you would like put this on, you know. And the celebrity, like immediately I think of somebody like Merlin or Gandalf or somebody, you know, one of those wizards, you know. Now last but not the least is Baccarat Rouge. See, like come on, like okay, every perfume, every dupe that you've smelled of Baccarat Rouge still will not exactly dupe this, okay? Maybe in the dry down they'll be able to, but the opening you would not be able to. This has the least medicinal opening of all. Like, it still smells like burnt sugar, you know, but like the opening, like think of all the dupes you've smelled of this one, it always comes with the opening of this alcoholic hit. This one doesn't have that at all. It immediately smells like a perfume. This one smells truly unisex. Like, I feel like a man would probably wear this more than a woman, you know? Like, but at the same time, I know that like I would like probably want to wear this perfume because it smells cold, it smells cool, it smells like, look at me, I am different, I'm quirky, I'm Aquarius, definitely giving Aquarius energy. And I think I'd already allocated this perfume to Tilda Swinton. I think it was because of Armaf Untold, but like the person, Tilda Swinton, is like the apt, like ethereal, beautiful, but super weird. You know, like when you look at her, you're like, weird, you know, but she's like something else, like very like ethereal. Like, she doesn't seem like she's from this world. Like, she seems like somebody who came from the heavens or something. I don't know. Like, she's so gorgeous, especially, you know, when she played Gabriel in Constantine. Like, oh my gosh. At the same time, this smells like a snobby perfume. It's cold. It smells a little bit like a rich person. So like, you know, but a snobby rich person who's not very friendly. Now this is the regular version, not the X-Straight. On Fragrantica, this has got 3.9. What a shame. You know, and I'm telling you, it is all because of all these freaking dupes that came out. This is like slightly metallic as well, like sweet metallic, like everything together. That's why you get that cold feeling. But it doesn't smell like metal, you know, like it smells like that coldness when you touch a metal. The top notes are saffron and jasmine, middle notes of amberwood and ambergris, and the base notes of fir raisin and cedar. Now, these were the notes that have been replicated, and like, I don't know how many bajillion copies have been made of this, which is why probably people feel like they don't need to pay this amount for this. And I feel really bad because a fragrance house like Maison Kurkdjian'S, they come up with this legendary perfume that comes out once in a lifetime, literally. Like, had you ever come close to smelling something like this ever in your life and thought that this DNA would actually smell good? No, but he did it. He like took the leap of faith, he dared to do it, and now we have like tons of people imitating this, and then people are not buying this one just because of the pricing, you know. I'll tell you something, this one doesn't smell like alcohol at all. It smells perfume. You will not smell anything else. So yes, like you have that little advantage when you smell like the original, and if you smell the original, maybe you might be able to identify the other perfumes, especially in the opening, but not the dry down or the middle notes, because they all end up smelling the same. Now I'm planning to get the fragrance wardrobe for him as well, because that one has Oud Satin Mood, and it has the X-Straight version of Baccarat Rouge, and of course it has like other perfumes which I want to have my hand on. Maybe Ali can wear those, try those as well, you know. This Baccarat Rouge will be a 10 out of 10 for me, because there's no perfume like this, and for a very long time, like probably not in my lifetime at least, no one will create a perfume this epic. Like, if people say Delina was epic, like, stop. You know, like this one is like a different league altogether. Like, and if anybody dislikes the scent, you know, I don't know how. Maybe you've not worn it in the right situation or something, you know. Because for me, this is like a very likable scent. It's a very likable scent because it projects like decently. It doesn't claw you. It's very linear. It's very like constant. You know, you get the same amount of scent from the person. Lasts like longer than 8 hours. Like, none of the dupes last this long, you know. So definitely the value of purchasing the original is there, but again, it's up to you, right? Like, if you're okay with like the opening being weird in all of them, then they all have different openings, but the basic notes are the same in all of them. So this is like a 10 out of 10 fragrance for me. Celebrity, it's Tilda Swinton. When should you wear this? I think you can wear it anytime during the year, but like this is an upscale perfume, so you would wear it like when you're a little dressed up. This is definitely not your day-to-day fragrance. I know everybody's wearing it day to day. You can literally smell this perfume like everywhere now, and I'm kind of fed up of smelling this, you know. But now I've recently started appreciating this DNA again. There was a time I used to hate this DNA. I'm like, everybody smells like this. Especially after COVID, I was like, you know, you already got out of this messy situation and everybody was smelling like Baccarat Rouge, you know. So I don't know, maybe associating the fragrance with that time as well, which was not a pleasant time for us. But it's a genius fragrance and it'll be one of my best love fragrances like ever. So that's it for this, I was gonna say Wicked Wednesdays again. Western Wednesdays. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you understood like all the fragrances from the fragrance wardrobe for her. I'm just happy I have it. Plus my sister had got this from Nordstrom, sorry, I don't know how to pronounce that. And she had got so many samples and perfumes free along with it. So like when she comes again, I'm gonna ask her to do this again for me before New Year's, so that she gets the same offer again, and I can have the fragrance wardrobe for him as well. So that's it for today, guys. Let me know if there are any favorites of yours from these. Do you particularly like are obsessed with any one of these, or particularly do not like one of those perfumes? Like in my opinion, the A La Rose was a kind of like a bit of like, what are you doing here in this category? Why are you in this collection? You know, like I know he wanted to add like different kind of scents, and he's achieved that. The rose is beautiful, just not, it's not suitable to be alongside all these other fragrances that are super unique. At least the other ones, they didn't smell all that good, but at least they were unique, you know. So I'm gonna definitely try get my hands on Gentle Fluidity Gold and Silver, because I think those are like brilliant perfumes. Like, oh my gosh, I still am like craving smell, especially the Gentle Fluidity Silver. Oh my gosh, so beautiful. So that's it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye. Ciao, ciao.